Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jmorrow bringing you a replay today between MVP's Finale and TSL Hyun. This is on Atlantis Spaceship, and let's get into it. So spawning down here in the bottom left corner of Atlantis Spaceship, we do have MVP's Finale as our blue Protoss. Spawning up here on the top side, we do have TSL's Hyun as our red Zerg. So this is going to be a PvZ on Atlantis Spaceship, considered one of the most interesting maps for PvZ just because of one little note. There actually is a rich Vespian geyser in the center of the map, which can come into play. It's a high priority point for most players. They really want to get that early on if they can. It allows them to tech very quickly, allows them to produce a lot of units, and you can play quite greedy with it. But we'll have to see if that does come into play. Right now, Hyun actually opting to take a gas and then just do an extractor trick. I thought he was actually going to go for a gas first, but just making sure. As far as this map goes, though, I mean, we should see, kind of the normal builds. The third is a little bit outstretched down here as we take a look. The creep spread, it'll take about 2 or 3 tumors to get down here comfortably. As for taking the rich Vespian geyser for Hyun, well, that's a bit of a stretch. That's going to be about 6 to 7, maybe a little bit more of creep tumors. And if there's any sort of harass going on, it's very hard to get the creep spread over there. As for our Protoss player, more than likely we are going to see a Forge Fast expand here, similar to, I want to say Cloud Kingdom, for instance. You have this very nice area to wall if it's very easy to do so, but as well there actually is a very nice spot here for an Overlord to be positioned. It doesn't give nearly as much information as it does on Cloud Kingdom because, well, the gas geysers are on the west side of the Nexus here, so the Nexus is going to be dropped, and whenever Finale decides to grab these 2 gas geysers, it'll be hard for Hyun to see without actually sacrificing his Overlord and sending it across the map. Right now we do actually have a Nexus first. Of course, there are 6 Zerglings in production. We'll have to see if he does send out any more. It looks like he may actually end up going for more. Right now he doesn't have any larvae on the map. Larvae should be popping any second here, and we'll have to see if he makes another drone with that or 2 additional Zerglings. And it looks like, yeah, there's actually 8 Zerglings in production. The hatchery on the low ground has now begun, and we aren't seeing anything else going on. No extra gas geysers. And we'll have to see if he's going to continue to build Zerglings out of this, or is he going to go back to droning. On a quick note here, actually, Finale, very young player, very talented, 17 years old, playing for MVP. I believe he's 17 or 15. You never know with these crazy Korean players, but for MVP, playing in GSTL, I even believe, Code A and Code S. Very good player overall. And as far as Hyun, I believe Hyun's been in Code A a couple times, knocked down to Code B due to circumstances. But right now, actually, Finale is actually going to have to back up here. Is he going to get this gateway down? This is going to be very close. You're actually not starting the gateway until the last second. Is he going to get it down? He ends up getting it down at the very last second. He may lose his probe here, which, it's a little bit of a loss. He doesn't want to lose something so small. Actually, no, gets away with the probe. Is this gateway going to be enough here? It looks like, the gateway does get canceled, so that saves him 113 minerals. But now the cannon's under fire, fully surrounded by 8 Zerglings. There are no more Zerglings in production. You have a Queen on the way. The cannon goes down, and there are still 4 Zerglings left. Looking at the resources lost, 187 to 143, and it looks like 2 more Zerglings are going to join in here. And is he going to finish the wall off? No, actually, looks like he's just going to actually start the cannon and then go back to mining a little bit here. There are a ton of probes still off the mining path right now. Currently, we've actually only had 1 probe kill. There are 5 Zerglings left. This one's extremely low, could actually get picked off. And this is what's very annoying. Now, you have to make sure to pull enough probes to deal with it, but not too many to where it's worth it for him to kite you around in circles. Right now, we actually do have a gas geyser going down on low ground. This is very important because, from Hyun's perspective, this this could look like an all-in if he starts dropping gateways and there's no gas shown, but actually Finale has a gas geyser on the low ground. And right now, I don't think that Hyun knows about it. No, he does not. He has not scouted yet. Another probe did die, by the way. We're up to 2 kills. 4 Zerglings do remain, and there's only a Zeld in the main. Finale doing a great job, not overreacting. Needs to start his Cybercore here, though, I believe. Yeah, he actually hasn't started his Cybercore. And, what's this over here in the corner? It looks like, actually, Finale is going for a cannon rush at the third. The third hatchery is now just about halfway done. And, of course, Hyun cannot see the pylon in the background here with the probe. Is he going to get a scout off on it, though? I don't think he has any extra Zerglings. Actually, there are 2 more Zerglings in production. Possibly he will scout that because, I'm sure he's been in this situation before. 4 Zerglings are still alive in the main, harassing as many of the probes as possible. And right now actually looks like, still the same drone count. 3rd drone was killed. And looks like the Zerglings are actually going to scout this. And there's actually a gap here, so they're actually going to get by. Actually, this is going to hurt for Finale. He's actually going to have to cancel that. That's 37 minerals if I can do math real quick. Down the drain. 3 Zerglings do remain in the main. That sounds redundant, but 4 probes have been killed, so still a little bit cost efficient. Resources lost do show in favor of Hyun, and Hyun currently is sitting on 2 gas geysers at the natural. Is he going to go for a quick lair? I don't see speed started unless I missed it. No, speed has not been been started whatsoever, and we might actually see he's got about 40 gas left until he'll have enough for either a lair or for Zergling speed. Still 4 probes have been killed right now, and what has Hyun seen of his opponent? And it looks like right now it actually looks like he just saw the 1 gas geyser, and you know, hopefully Finale's able to clear out these Zerglings before he shows his tech. There's the lair before Zergling speed, so that's actually very, very important to say, just because, you know, that limits Hyun's defenses against any sort of gateway timing, especially since our Zerg player's only been droning 39 probes to 43 drones. So, I mean, or excuse me, to 44 drones to 40 probes. And right now, is he actually going to go down to the low ground? There is actually a robotic facility down here. And oh no, the Zealot might get the kills off here. How many kills does this guy have? He actually has 2 kills already, plus 1 is on the way. Robotics facility. And there's the Roach Warren with a lair and evolution chamber. So we could see some sort of Roach timing maybe off of 3 base. Of course, the 3rd base that Hyun has is not one of the rich bases. And oh, the sentry is now out. So Hyun has a limited amount of time. He needs to see what's going on down here. He does see the robotic facility with this Zergling. And now he's actually going to go down here and try and harass a little bit maybe. There's still a Zergling in the main. There's one on the low ground as well, but all the probes have been pulled, kiting away, just reducing mining time. And I mean, that's definitely going to come into play right now. You know, early on like this, you want to kind of irritate your opponent as much as possible. And this Overlord, let's see what kind of vision he has. He sees the Forge wiggling along with the Cyber Core. There's a Zergling down here, so he will know if the 3rd base has been grabbed. And for Hyun right now, we do have a hatchery on the way, +1, and we do actually have a Galil reconstruction on the way. So we are going to have Roach speed coming out here shortly, and he's going to have a really, really good economy in just a second here, up to 62 drones off 3 base. He's sitting on 4 gas, none in his main, 2 at his natural, and 2 at his 3rd. This is going to be a really, really nice economy. If he can actually start spreading creep a little bit, he'll have a really, really nice defense setup. And as well, he's actually going to take this base down here. So this is kind of interesting. He knows his opponent's been contested just a little bit, so he hasn't been able to do a whole lot. But now there's a Zergling at the Watchtower that needs to get out here, because this Zealot is just going to boss up here and take away the Watchtower from him. The first Immortal is on the way, and I don't think there's actually an Observer on the map, and I'm trying to spot it out here. Where's... oh, okay, so it looks like the Observer is teaming up with a couple of sentries here. The Overseer will actually get away here, but the Observer's going to try and pal around with it, I think, and oh, we kind of interesting skies here. It looks like Finale's going to wall off, and it's kind of interesting. So this makes me think he's not going to take a 3rd down. Yeah, he's actually going to take it at the rich, at the high yield area. And this Zealot actually does get taken out by a group of roaches. So now, you know, Hyun has shown his hand a little bit, showing that he is actually have roach tech on the way. Galil reconstruction is just about done. We do actually have a pneumaticized carapace and the ventral stacks on the way for the Overlords. So he's going to have Overlord speed along with the pickup. And oh, look at these sentries. Archer are going to get targeted by a nice micro by Finale. 2 roaches die very, very quickly. Oh, a couple of force fields. Nicely done. Gets a 3rd roach as well. And resources lost shown right now just about even. So nicely done by Finale. 18 Zerglings in production. 9 roaches in production. Plus 2 weapons on the way. Another Immortal that puts him up to 2 right now. So that'll put him up to 3. He's going to have 3 additional gateways to warp units. And the gateway count right now, I do see 4 on the low ground, 2 in the natural, or excuse me, in the main. That's going to put him up to 6 gateways to produce units setup. That's very, very nice. Again, Ventral Stacks is on the way, so I'm wondering how Hyun is actually going to use this. We'll have to see what does he decide to do with it. Another Overseer is in production. Of course, I'm not sure what that's for exactly. I mean, of course, it helps with vision. The Changelings help get a little bit of extra vision for you. But there's no Dark Templar, and he doesn't have any anti-air to take out the Observer. Looks like another Stalker is going to be warped in. The 3rd Nexus is just about done. Take a look at the army compositions. 90 versus 45, twice of the opponent. This Stalker needs to get out of dodge here. Going to get targeted down, instantly killed. And it looks like Finale does want to engage a little bit. Pokes one of the roaches down very, very low. Not sure what this roach is doing. He's just kind of straggling off by himself. And it looks like Finale is in a little bit of trouble here. The Changeling does get targeted down. 12 more roaches in production. And it looks like Finale's going to take the 2 gas geysers at that rich spot. There actually is an Overseer here, or excuse me, an Overlord that's going to see what's going on here. And now Finale knows that the speed is done. I wonder if that will cue him up to think, oh, maybe Ventral Stacks has been completed as well. I got to worry about that. But no, it looks like Finale's just going to fall back. There actually are 26 Zerglings in production. Our Zerg player is now max. This is very DRG style, getting a very, very early max. We're at the 12-minute mark, so just a little bit behind. Even with all the early aggression, Zergling speed is just about done, and +2 is just about done as well. Actually, that's a very late Zergling speed, but it looks like Finale, it knows what's going on here. He sees all the units here with a nice force field. A lot of energy used only for 1 roach, so kind of nice by Finale, but at the same time wasting a lot of energy that he really can't do. I mean, he can't really waste it. He's actually only has 7 sentries on the field, and here we go, pushing forward again. These roaches are very, very vicious, man. +2 is not going to be done for this engagement, but look at this, actually picking up into the Overlords. The Overlords are going up into the main, and now he's kind of splitting up his army here. Is Blink actually done? It is done, so he does actually have Blink for the main, but it looks like at this point, Finale's had a lot of trouble. There are a ton of Zerg units in his main. They are dive bombing on top of the Robotics Bay, on top of the Twilight Council, all the tech, and all these units are contested at the clog, or like the choke point here. And now the second wave is moving in. Oh no, all the sentries are going to get taken out. That's 700 gas down the drain for our Protoss opponent. And now it looks like actually Finale might retain the majority of his main. The Twilight Council is very low. Could actually get targeted down by our Zerg opponent, but it looks like he's actually not going to do so. The last few roaches are going to die down here, but actually there's a few hidden under the Overlord. The Nexus does fall, and is he going to target fire down the Twilight Council? Yes, he is. The Twilight Council does go down, and now it's +2 attack for these Stalkers versus +2 almost for the Roaches. Is he going to lose his third as well? I feel like that's going to hurt him more than anything to lose his third right now. He needs to retain as much economy as he can. These last few zones are doing as much as they can, but they're not going to be able to help out too much here. And it looks like actually Hune is in a really, really good spot right now. Going to actually pincer on top of these units. Oh, nice force fields from Finale, but the Zerglings are getting in. There are 5 Immortals in here. If he can retain these, that'd be beautiful. He really needs to focus on keeping them alive because he really doesn't have an economy to back himself up. Behind this, Hune has 1,800 resources, 1,800 minerals, and 500 gas. But all 5 Immortals do actually survive here. 20 kills, 12 kills, 9 kills, 6 kills. That is crazy, man. These guys combined have well over 50 kills. Infestation Pit is on the way, and 14 Roaches are in production. Now, here's the thing. I mean, Hune did a great job. He has a lot of, or is a very advantageous position over his opponent. But the problem is now he has to survive this. This isn't all in. I mean, he has nothing left to follow this up. Finale's warping in the last few units he can. He has one more Immortal on the way that'll put him up to 6. So Hune needs to do as best as he can. I mean, a lot of people always ask, how do you survive the Immortal Sentry all in off 2 base? Well, you have to delay the push as long as possible. I know this is very, very different circumstances, but it's the same concept. Delay as long as you can, get as many units out as you can. 20 Zerglings in production, +2 did finish in time. Roach speed, of course, he has that in his bag as well. But Finale right now, looking at the army supply, 65 versus 113. 34 Zerglings are in production, and I think Finale may have missed the mark here. It looks like actually our Zerg player is going to be capped here in just a moment. He has 4 Overlords in production along with Pathogen Glands. So if Finale waits any longer, we might actually see Infestors on the field. It looks like he wants to push forward here. He knows he doesn't have any centers left, but oh no. Look at the big group hug from the Roaches. The Roaches are pushing forward here, but look at the Immortal damage going crazy here. Let's keep all the Immortals on tab here. 6 Immortals are alive. 5 Immortals are alive. It looks like we might actually go down to 4 Immortals are alive. And it looks like the Immortals are doing so much damage. 3 Immortals are now alive. And it looks like actually Hune may have done it here. He's pulled back at a very, very nice time. Finale actually pushing forward, did a lot of damage there. But the problem is, Hune has 30 Zerglings in production and 25 Roaches. There are no more sentries here. So now Hune is going to push forward once again. Oh, the pincer from behind actually starting to target fire down the Immortals. Once these Immortals fall, there's not really much left that Finale can do. The last 2 Immortals are going to die, and there they go. It's just a couple of Stalkers with 66 supply, 65 supply. And Hune hasn't done it. He survived the all-in after doing a great engagement in the center map. Finale does call a GG, and very, very well played from our Zerg player. Hune, very nicely done, being very, very patient, not overextending himself on his own creep, and defended a very nice attack from Finale. I thought Finale may have had it there. 6 Immortals do so much damage, especially with the +2 upgrade, but overall, very, very nicely played. At least I hope you enjoyed my casting. Of course, I am Jmorrow. You can follow me on Twitter and on YouTube under JMorrowPro. Please just leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions or comments or anything, just let me know. I'd really appreciate it. But thank you so much for tuning in as well.